Good evening. Thank you for joining my Wicked Wisdom Wednesday podcast. I'm your host, Jim McCollum. I'm the Gold Star father of United States Marine Lance Corporal Riley J. McCollum, killed in action, Kabul, Afghanistan, at Abbey Gate on 8/26/2021. I raised my kids as a single dad in western Wyoming. I'm the proud father of 2 daughters, Roice and Cheyenne, and a grandfather to 3 beautiful grandkids. I'm a cowboy carpenter poet, published author, public speaker, and Wyoming native. I enjoy Wyoming's landscapes and outdoor opportunities. From chasing elk in the fall to playing with bears in the spring or casting a fly on a river or stream, I love the Wyoming outdoors. Getting from point A to point B in Wyoming allows me ample time to follow the white line down the highway. It's here that I find the white line wisdom and highway philosophy that create Wicked Wisdom Wednesdays. I hope you enjoy this evening's podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Jim. Stage.
There we go.
It's like we're missing something.
Yep. And one more edit. Get your camera on. Crop layout. It's already off, so it shouldn't be cropped, but it is. So I guess that's what we're doing today.
What's that?
The background, it should take up the whole screen, but you're going to have a background.
Comments.
You want comments? You want to go to the Facebook one again on that computer? Comments are here.
And comments. Oh, they're
They're
already
on.
up.
Yep, they're up here.
All right.
So we should be good. You're live.
And then I'll get Facebook comments
No,
here.
because you didn't open it.
What do I need to open?
Here, watch out, I got it. You say hello to your fans.
All this to get my comments.
To get to your live, you have to get to your video, your live, which takes a second to show up, yeah? Is that right? Or no?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, see, now it's got the blue circle. So now it says it's going live. You go back.
So you don't want Meta AI.
Well, where's your live? How do you get to it?
I don't ever have to scroll anything. It just is there. Do you go back and click where it says live video?
No, because that would start a new live video directly from Facebook. Post, set up live. You're already live right here. View post. Live now. It just takes a second for it to catch up. Remember, there's like a 45-second lag on here.
Oh, yeah.
And now.
I don't know what we're doing. And the comments will show up on the right side.
They should. Give that a minute. Remember, there's like a 45-second lag on here.
Oh, yeah. You want to.
Oh, yeah, I've got the mouse.
I don't know what we're doing. And the comments will show up on the right side.
They should. Give that a minute. There we go.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I have the mouse.
And the comments will show up on the right side.
Where's the volume? There we go. Got it.
Okay.
All right. Comments should show up here. We're good there. And we'll see these comments here. So
Okay.
we should be good. That only took us 4 minutes.
It's been okay. A little stressful today. We reworked some things and got things taken care of. So we're up and running now. Hope your week was good.
Just been driving Dad crazy the last half hour making changes.
Yep. Always last second, and then I get confused. Yeah, this is going to be a fun one, though. This is one that I've been looking forward to. Getting Roice here and talking about our bear hunting adventures. And I was trying to figure out where do we even begin. I can start where where my adventures started. Clear back, oh, good grief, in the 80s, I started chasing bears, and was actually deer hunting one fall and come across a bunch of bear sign. And heck, I was young then, didn't really know much about nothing, still learning it all. And a bunch of bear sign, bear crap, and then actually saw a bear. It's like, oh man, that's the adrenaline rush. It's like, I got to do that. So kind of asked a bunch of people and old timers from around the area what they did, a taxidermist that had done our antelope and my elk and stuff like that, and started talking to them about it. And hey, how do I go about this? What do I need to do? What are the tricks? And kind of learned from there. Just jump in with both feet and trial and error, and kind of got it figured out. And we had a bait set up underneath Jackson Peak, and had them hitting. Back then, I didn't have trail cams or anything like that, so you knew they were hitting because they'd tear the heck out of your barrel and go back up and restock it, and it was fun. And again, 8 feet of snow, but young and dumb, and just keep going. But we were sitting there one day, my friend Lloyd and I, and we had a ground blind. Didn't have tree stands or anything, but had a ground blind set up. And we're sitting there for a while, and he'd been there the day before, and like 3 days in a row, he'd been there. And we had no idea what it was going to look like. Big bear, small bear, multiple bears. We had no idea. And we're sitting there kind of whispering to each other, and Lloyd's opening a Jolly Rancher, and he looks down and I look up. And just as I look up, this big ass bear is walking right behind the bait barrel. And I got all excited, and I'm poking at Lloyd, bear, bear, bear. And he looks, and by that time he'd walked behind some trees, and it's like, yeah, funny, thinking I was kidding him. And then I lost sight of it, and then he saw it, and his eyes got about this big. It's like, oh shit, bear. So that was the catalyst for my, and I just every year couldn't wait, and ended up getting my first bear the next year. The first bear I ever got was up there, and ended up, I was bow hunting, and I missed one the day before with my bow. Got a little bit excited, was shaking just a little bit, and how I missed, as bad as I missed, I still don't know. But went up the next day with a friend of mine with a 1880, I think it was an 1886 lever action 30-30, and ended up getting my first bear. And then it's just been a wonderful pursuit ever since. And even back then, I'd see a lot of bears, and I had more fun watching them than harvesting one. So it was always a good time. And then Roice and I were talking earlier today about how she got into it. In 2009, my dad got ill. He actually forced retirement. He got so sick. And I took the kids down by the cabin to a place that I'd bow hunted elk before, and another friend of mine that I used to bow hunt with, we went up there scouting one August, and there were 7 bulls, full velvet, hadn't even started rubbing yet, but 7 bulls that were playing in a wallow. And it was amazing. And so I took the kids. I took Roice, Riley, and my nephew Al hiking back there. And they were little. Riley was probably 7 years old, maybe. 2009.
Yeah, I think I was 3rd grade.
He would have been 8 years old. And walked back in there, went to where the wallows were, made this big loop, and we're working our way back down this old logging road back towards the truck. And bear season was open, so I took my rifle for a walk just because. And I'll be damned if we come around a corner and right there, big. It was a huge black bear. And shot it, and then what did we do?
It was frozen.
And then But yeah, got it. The kids were all with me. We've got some fantastic pictures of that. And what the heck is going on?
It was all.
Did we lose the live?
Yeah. Oh, not here though. We're good.
But we lost the Facebook live?
No, it's still going on Facebook. The Facebook itself just tweaked up. See,
Okay.
it still says live.
Okay. Anyway, got that bear and then actually went back and got my daughter Cheyenne and my other nephew Forrest and the whole family.
Tried
went
to
up
trick
there.
them. We were gonna be all sneaky and come back and tell them we got an elk to haul out, and then I slipped and said bear, and they were so excited. So we brought everyone out to haul it out, and it was dark.
We drove up roads we shouldn't have driven up and
Tried to remember where we went.
try to get back to it in the dark, but we did it, got it, and it was fantastic. And I think that's where Roice got an interest in bears.
Yeah, definitely. That was so exciting. Because I'd been out elk and deer hunting and antelope hunting with you, but that was the first time seeing a bear. And then not only that, but like from here to the wall is about as far away as that bear was, just a little bit further. We come around the corner and Dad stiff-armed me to get me to stop, pulled up his gun, shot it, and I expected to come around and see an elk or a deer on the ground. And there was a big old black bear laying there, and that was just so exciting. And we were there till what, probably 3 a.m.
About 3:30 when we finally got out of there.
Yeah, Dad carried it, the whole hide on the back, and we did everything we could to try and get the meat out with sticks, and the five of us kids trying to carry it out. Yeah, and I've loved it ever since. So that was when I got into it, and then I got my first bow my freshman year of high school, and I don't think that I actually hunted it until sophomore, that fall.
Right.
That was the first fall. But I spent all summer at the cabin outside practicing, got some good old forearm welts from snapping myself with the string. Yeah, and then our first season hunting it, or my first season baiting with you, was the most fun. We had a really, really cool spot deep back in the woods. And I don't know what was so special about this spot, but we had 20-something bears on our site. And that sounds ridiculous and like an exaggeration to most people, but we have the trail cam footage.
Got the trail cam and video
of over 20 different bears on our site. Very clearly distinct bears, different patterns, markings, sizes, cubs that would come
sows
play.
with 3 cubs, sows with 2 cubs, cubs
with no sow.
Yeah, then they would play, and Roice would feed them peaches out of the tree stand.
Mm-hmm. And I was working at Starbucks at the time, so I would go collect all the food that needed to be thrown away at the end of the night, and I'd bring that in and throw them sweet cake and muffins, whatever. They just loved it. And the peaches was the big one. We got that big box of peaches from Grandma and Grandpa's, and I would just go sit in the tree and I'd throw the peaches to the one black bear especially, and he'd come down the mountain. I'd get down there early, 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, and the bears would start coming in. And this one bear, we named him Boo Boo. He was so much fun, but he was he acted like everything in the world was just so hard. And every time he took a step, and if he could find a log to slide down, he would. He'd just slide down the log down the hill. And I'd play with him. And eventually he climbed up my tree, and I had him right at my feet, sniffing me, biting the harness or the strap that was keeping my tree stand in. I ended up putting my phone away. I was yelling and screaming and stomping at him, and he wouldn't go. So I finally put my phone down to pull my bow back just in case, and an elk bugled, and he decided he wasn't interested in me anymore and crawled down.
And she does have a good picture of that too.
Yeah.
He's right there at her feet. Pretty fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had so many bears back there. And then we moved her bait quite a ways away.
Because we were, sorry to interrupt you, but at the site we were at, we were getting so many smaller bears, the cubs, so many cubs were hanging out at that site. And just nothing big that I wanted to get. And because of that first season and seeing the success that we were having.
Ted, sir, hello.
With how many bears were coming in, even with me in the stand, they didn't seem too bothered by me. And I could, like I said, talk to them, throw them peaches, throw them bread, hang out with them. So I decided then I wouldn't harvest anything that wasn't at least 6 feet tall. And so after that, we marked the tree.
Yeah, hold on. I got to backtrack. I said we moved it, but I ended up
Oh yeah,
her
my
graduation day up
He
the,
left
up
my
the same
graduation.
drainage. We moved it up the drainage a little bit.
Yep.
And then we did get bigger bears and stuff. Whatever about the location we were at, we got a lot of bears, but a lot of small ones. We never did get a really good one in there.
And you had a black, a blonde, a
Yeah.
brown,
Yeah.
and so you wanted a cinnamon, and you said the only way you were going to shoot one is if a cinnamon came in, and it did.
Yeah, her graduation day, she had. I went to her graduation, and it got over, and she had a couple little graduation after parties that she was going to go to, and I kind of gave her a nod. It's like, I'm out. I cruised down, got in the tree stand, and I was probably only in the stand about 30 minutes. And I'll be damned if a big old cinnamon didn't come walking behind me. I've got some really good video of him too, but he walked right behind me, and I think maybe 5 yards. And I shoot old school. I still shoot the same recurve I've been shooting since the 80s. And I shoot cedar shafts. So I got a wooden arrow. This is the one that I got that bear with. Roice can outshoot me distance wise. And
careful what you're talking about before you get booted.
Oh yeah, better be careful. But Roice can outshoot me distance wise. I got like a 30-yard max. But she can drill 60 yards, and she's pretty damn good. But anyway, same drainage, same where all the bears were. We just moved it, probably a mile, half mile. There's more than a half mile.
Yeah, it was more than a half mile.
But moved it up the drainage, deeper, darker into the timber, and got better quality bears. And then ended up moving again to where Roice's new bait site and area and stuff is. And back to what she was saying, make a mark at 6 foot and you'll know.
Yeah, once I decided that I wanted to get a bear that was at least 6 feet tall, we made a mark in the tree at 6 feet. So if we saw in the trail cams or anything that they were standing up and scratching the tree, we'd know how tall they were and if it was a good bear or not. And so we did that for 4 years, and I followed a couple of really good bears. And basically my entire senior year, because I didn't end up playing volleyball that year, I'd leave at lunch and I'd go down and hunt, and then I'd come back and do it again the next day. It was a good 2 hours down to the bait site by the time you hike in. So I'd leave school early and I'd go down there and watch the bears, play with them, hang out with them. And then we had that really big brown bear that came in. It was tagged, double tagged. And when a bear gets tagged through one ear, if they get in trouble, they get tagged a second time in the other ear. And then if they get in trouble a third time, they're usually put down. And we were pretty sure that bear that we had hunted for an entire season ended up getting in trouble, got some cattle down in the Daniel area.
Yeah.
And
somebody had told us, we know that bear, and they got rid of him. And he was black. He was black. Hell.
That's right. Yep.
The other one with the weird scar or whatever, also a huge. The 6 foot mark. These are 6, 8, 7 foot tall bears. And I've got pictures and videos of them too. Yeah, the great big black one, we've got him, and then with the 2 tags, which is what we nicknamed him, and then a great big chocolate bear. Can't figure out what happened, whether it got hit by a car. It almost looks like it got burned up half of its body. It was bizarre, but we never did see much of him. He'd come in, and we've got a few pictures of him on the trail cams, but never actually put eyes on that bear. And we decided quite a few years ago, I've gotten several bears. Like she said, I had cinnamon, blonde, and black, chocolate, and really wanted a cinnamon. Ended up getting a cinnamon. And I was with Riley one day up north of Jackson, and we just went out to shoot, make sure the gun sighted in and stuff. It was a little bit before elk and deer season started, and then decided to just take a loop. And I'll be damned, we didn't come across a bear. Had to cruise in the truck, jump out of the truck, and haul ass to try to cut him off. And Riley was still fairly little at the time, and left him in the truck. And it worked out perfect. I could hear it huffing and puffing and coming, and got that bear with Riley. And then the kids were going to go, or supposed to go with me one day, and they were pussyfooting around at home. It was raining. Neither one of them really wanted to go out. It's like, well, I'm out of here. Jumped in the truck, took off, and got another really, really nice black bear way up north by Spread Creek. So it was about that time. It's like, you know what, I'm done with the rifle part of it. From now on, it's all bow. So that's what we've been doing ever since. There's a lot of bears we could have gotten over the years that we don't, because we're bow hunting.
Well, even with the bow we could have got, but passed them up because we kind of, we made our rules. If it's either got to be this tall, this color, whatever, so that. And for me, the adrenaline's got to go, and it's got to be something really impressive. Yeah. I don't need another one by any means. Like I was saying earlier, I have more fun watching them, doing the whole process, checking the trail cams. It's a fight between Roice and I who's going to view the trail cam card, the SD card first. I always lose that one. You do. You hide it in your pocket. And last time I won, steal the device. Last time I won, though, I backed into a tree and broke the mirror off my truck. The only tree on this road. So he will go up there, he'll rush to the cameras and steal the card, put him in his pocket. That is true. But I make sure that I steal the reader. So he's got the card and I got the reader. And so we're just kind of battling. And so it's whoever gets to the house gets the laptop first, usually, that gets to see the pictures. Or we have to wait till we can do it together. But yeah, the one time that he snuck the card reader in his pocket or something, took it out of the backpack. We get in the truck and I'm looking for it and he's over there laughing and I see he's got the card in it. He starts going through the pictures as he's backing out of our parking spot, runs right into a tree. Yeah, I forgot about that until you brought it up. Those adventures, just getting in there is half the fun. And oh, good Lord, we've got so many stories getting into where Roice's is. This year, I'm interested to see how far I can get in early. But most springs, when we go in there, you park at the highway and you've got to walk in. And we've always had snowshoes, but never took them. And you go early enough and the snow's crusty and you can kind of stay on top. Except Roice has these little goat feet that just fall through the snow. Even snowshoeing, I fall through. But we went in one time, got it all set up, and she was just exhausted. Well, hold on. You're missing a whole good part of that story. So the first time, so it was my the beginning of my sophomore year that I did it that fall. So then it would have been the following spring that we went and had to set up that new bait where it was up the hill. And we go in, we have to park all the way at the highway, snowshoe, walk, hike, whatever, all the way in. And I mean, I was post holing on the way in the whole time. And it was early in the morning. We're talking 12 feet of snow. You go to your crotch. Yeah, you're going all the way down. So I'm post holing all the way in, just exhausted. No one's having any fun. And we get to the start of the hill and Dad's got the sled on his waist and he's trying to pull up. And at the same time, I'm trying to push to keep some of the weight off him so he doesn't sink. And I go to push and I post hole through the snow and I had my bear spray on my hip. The clip popped out, bear spray went off right in my face. It's just blasting me in the face for a good 3-4 seconds so I could get myself out of the snow enough to get my weight off of it. And at that point, we were 3-4 hours into our hike into the bait. So we were not about to turn around and go out. We hadn't even set it up yet. Yeah, so. We hadn't set it up. We were still carrying it in. So we end up hiking all the way in. It's a completely new spot that year too. So it wasn't a spot we knew exactly how to get to. We were making a new path. We were finding a new tree. Usually if you've got a spot established, you know exactly where you're going. You know where you're hanging your steps. This one, we had to cut down branches. We were in there for probably another hour or two just setting up, had to hike all the way back out and then still had an hour drive home. And the sled, it's like an ice fishing sled. It's got buckets of bait, a tree stand, the ladder for the tree stand, drills, ollies. I mean, everything, trail cams, backpacks, everything is in that sled. So it's quite the adventure getting in there. Yeah.
Um,
So we're coming out, and we can finally see the truck. I think we're what, three-quarter mile, half mile.
you're a good half mile away when I started videoing.
And I am so exhausted at this point. I literally cannot walk anymore. I am too tired to walk. I'm too tired to keep crawling myself out of the snow. And every single step I was sinking, and I was getting pissed because I'm watching him just cruise along. So I try and follow the same path as him and I sink. So I try and follow a different path and I sink. And so I end up crawling. I was on my hands and knees crawling that last half mile out of the freaking bait. And the next day I had a flight to Hawaii, and I was so tight and sore that the TSA had to pull me out and check me because my entire back and legs just lit up bright red like I had something on me. It was one of the things though that made it so much fun and makes it so rewarding, is because you really do have to put work into getting it, and I don't know, you're rewarded for all the hard work. It takes a lot of effort to get started. Once you're established and got it going, it gets easier, but it's so much fun because of all the work you have to put into it.
And every spring, it is so exciting to see how early we finally get one to hit.
Yeah.
And
your birthday.
My birthday is the earliest that we've ever had one hit. This winter or this spring, I think will be a little bit different because we've had no snow. Interested to see. It might be get it set up, and a week later, which, by the way, April 8th, I can start doing that.
2 weeks.
So
that's when I'm back up here.
But you had stuff going on, so you're not going to be able to help me that day.
I can't do it till the last week. Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they're out and about. And I know the Grizz in Yellowstone have been out already for a couple weeks. I saw that they had spotted a couple. So yeah, it'll be fun. But it's always what's going to show up, how soon is it going to show up, what's going to show up, and do we have any good ones on the trail cams, especially her spot, mountain lions. We had one big tom one year that we got good pictures of, and then we've got pictures of a female with 3 kittens. These are all taken on the trail cam, but it is so cool to see that stuff. We've had wolves back there. We've got grizzly tracks on the road going in. It's always muddy. And oh man, them nasty things. Oh yeah, and then pine marten all the time, thieving little shits.
We'll put bait out, and the bears, it might take 2-3 days to eat the whole barrel. The weasel or the pine marten will come in, and he'll have the barrel cleaned out in a day. And it's like, what are you doing with all that food?
Yeah, I don't know if they're storing it somewhere. Yeah. There's one hole in the bottom of her barrel. We need to replace that barrel at some point. Here's a funny story too.
No, remember the bear ripped it. It's that big now. Yeah.
When we decided that we were going to get her a different bait spot, got the location, whatever, and I just got on it on Onyx Maps, and I'm looking at it, drainages and the topography and all that, and where water is. It's like, we're going to set your bait up right here. And the first time we went in there, I'll be damned, some old timer way back when, there was already a barrel
established on the exact tree,
just right where I wanted to be. It's like, you got to be kidding me. And that's where she ended up getting her Pope and Young bear. Mm-hmm. We have since moved it a little bit. I think for rifle hunting, that would have been fantastic because you have a long shot up this meadow, you're 100, 150 yards away. For a rifle, that's nothing. But to bow hunt it, and she experienced this with hers, they knew where she was. They knew she was in there. And to get them to come out before it's dark, they've got to be comfortable. And she got really fortunate last 5 minutes of the last day of the season. So we ended up moving it into the only reason a little bit.
I was able to get the bear that year. It's a long story, and I'll share it at some point. But basically, it was raining, which masked my scent enough. And there were 2 bears. And so anytime there was any kind of like tension or the bear got scared, it was like they kind of were like, oh, it must have been the other bear. Like they'd kind of like keep checking each other out. Like, okay, that's where the noise must have come from, or that's where the movement came from. Because they knew I was there for about 2 or 3 hours, and they were barking and growling at me. They were circling under like where I was sitting. They were up the hill just a little bit, and they just kept pacing and circling and growling at me. They didn't know exactly which tree I was in, but they knew I was there. And yeah, I basically got lucky because they were courting, and the female bear ran off up the hill and climbed up a tree, and he came back down the last 5 minutes of the night, and I was able to get him as he was heading up to the bait. He's been doing really good. Since I've been here, he's had at least, well, he had half a gallon early in the day yesterday.
I'm getting a gallon a day.
Yep.
I'm not enjoying it. Gotta pee all the time, and this bloating thing it better end quickly.
And for me, I've got a 32-ounce Rockstar. So
I stopped gonna say something else. Oh, we ended up moving hers from the tree that it was originally on, moving her barrel, and we only moved it into the timber.
basically
50
where my
yards,
tree
maybe?
was, if it was facing Dad, we turned it and faced it the same
Yeah.
distance the other direction.
She was about 25 yards from the can, and
Now
about
I'm-
the same distance the other direction.
Yeah.
She couldn't hunt out of the same tree because there's too many trees in the way. But in doing so, just moving it that short distance into the timber a little bit, the size of the bears and the quality of bears that we got in there, unbelievable. I have we're going to have to do a collage of all the pictures of those big bears. I've got one he's got to be 7 foot tall, climbing the same tree that I'm in. You can see the ladder in the picture, and he's climbing up it. He's a monster. Got to quit cussing. He actually climbed up and ate. I left my sweaty shirt in there so they'd kind of get used to the scent and whatever. I try all kinds of different tricks up there. But yeah, he climbed up there and shredded the bottom part of my shirt. I still have the shirt. I still wear it every now and then, but it's definitely, he chewed it up. But that one, we've got multiple big black bears in there. In fact, that bear, I had him one night.
His jaw.
I was just getting ready to get out of the tree stand. It's like, okay, I'm going to get out of here. We finally had him where he was coming in a little bit earlier, because he was coming in at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, we were trying all kinds of tricks because they had us pretty well figured out, where they would come in literally 5 minutes after we left, night after night after night. We hadn't even made it to the truck, and they were on the bait. So we were trying all kinds of things to scare them off in the middle of the night so that they'd start coming earlier in the day. And yeah, rattling cans and whatever we could think of.
I put an alarm clock in a tin coffee can for like 2:30 in the morning or something, whenever he was coming in. And it kind of worked, and then it kind of didn't. As soon as I took in fact, he wouldn't come back. He quit coming back for a little bit. As soon as I took the alarm clock out of the tin can, it was like the next night.
He's in.
And I didn't go in, and he was there a half an hour before dark. It's like, you got to be kidding me.
Yep.
But I had him one night. I was just getting ready to lower my bow, and I think I had just tied it up, and I was going to, just natural instinct. I'm going to look around a little bit. So I'm looking, hardly moving at all, straight ahead of me coming in. And in fact, I did lower my bow.
You were lowering it.
Because that's what.
So you were lowering it, looking around.
And it got hung up on a little twig and made a little snap. That's what made me freeze and look up. And sure as hell, that bear was coming straight at me. He froze, and we just stared at each other until it got too dark for me to almost see him. And the last thing I saw of him was him turn around and walk back up the log and disappear.
And then he got out of the tree, was so like anxious, excited, nervous, whatever, that he forgot his bow.
Left my damn bow laying on the ground.
And so the next day, the bear took its teeth marks in it.
Yeah, you can see that he
nibbled
chewed on my
it a
bow
little.
a little bit. Didn't mess it up, thank goodness. But I've got pictures of that too. You can see where he slobbered on my bow. And it wasn't long after that he ended up chewing on my shirt. I've got pictures of him just laying on his back, sun in his belly. Just fun. I got another one. I swear I've got video of him. Had this little, probably 2-year-old bear come in. And he was so damn fun to watch. I'd just sit there and giggle at this guy. There was one little sapling that would rub his belly, and he'd walk over it, straddle it, and do this funky little walk, let it just whip through his belly. He'd walk around, come up, play on the bait a little bit, walk back over that little tree, let it rub his belly. It was the funnest damn thing. I got another one there that I got video of him walking down a log, coming right into me. None of these were, didn't even, my bow's hanging in the tree. I'm not even going to grab my bow. They're just fun to watch. So get the phone out and start videoing instead. And then I've got 2 different sites. I don't get near the quantity that she gets, nor the consistent quality that she gets. And we're not that far apart, but I've gotten a couple of good size bears in where I'm at. Hit and miss, never consistent, and just never the same quality that she has coming to hers. And again, they're not that far apart. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
But we never put as much effort into yours, mostly because it's just fun to hunt mine when we already know there's big bears there. So like we'll take turns. If I can't make it, he's out there on my bait. And we'll have to rock, paper, scissors and be like, okay, well, you hunted the morning yesterday, so I get to hunt the night today. Or, we always kind of negotiate or rock, paper, scissors how we're going to hunt it, because we've had that one year, I think we had 2 bears the year I got mine.
Yes.
And so you were going to get the one and I was going to try and go for the other. And you ended up, we were laying the foundation for the cabin and he was sick of me. He told me, just get out of here, just go. And I was hunting it every day to the end of the season. And that day that I went in, I don't even know, maybe 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. I went in super early. It doesn't get dark till, I don't know, 8:30, 9 o'clock, something like that. And
Taylor.
I know. Jerk. So I went in, I hiked in a sports bra so that I wouldn't be stinky. I got dressed in the tree and I just sat there. No music, no phone, no nothing, no sound. You just sit there all night long. Well, first it started raining and it was just really moist. And so it kept raining on me on and off. So I was getting soaked. And then on top of that, the mosquitoes that day were so bad. I've got pictures of my face. I'm not kidding when I say hundreds of mosquito bites on my face. They were all over my body, just itching and tickling and biting. And I knew that the bear was going to come in, so I wasn't going to take a chance. And it was pretty early in the day that the sow came in. And she's pretty small. Like neither of us were interested in her, but she'd come down and she'd eat for a little. And I kept thinking, like, you got to get out of here, get out of here. I want the boar to come in. And eventually, like, I heard him coming down the hill. And it's really cool when you're out there bear hunting and there's all this noise in the forest, the squirrels and the birds, and there's so much happening. When a bear starts coming in, it just gets dead quiet. Everything clears out. So you get quiet. The hair on my neck stands up. You're just like waiting, anticipating it, listening really carefully, trying to figure out where he's going to come in from. And like I said, I could hear him come down the hill and start barking at me. And I didn't know if he was going to come at me. I've had bears come up my tree before. So I was like kind of nervous, hoping he'd come out. But he just kind of stayed in the tree line and he kept circling like back and forth, just pacing. And eventually he came out and said hi to her. And they started eating. But he didn't know. He must not have. He stayed right behind the tree line. He never came straight to the barrel.
He never came to the barrel. He was up behind it.
So he just kept kind of hanging out with her, but he never came straight to the barrel. Well, something happened, and I think it thundered or something like that. They both took off up the hill, and I thought I was done, and I just lost him for the night. And we hung out, and I just kept waiting. Eventually, the rain stopped, and she came back down. She ate for a while, and I'm sitting there, like I said, mosquitoes all over my face, and I'm sitting there like trying to kill as many as I can, and then they'd move somewhere else, and I'd kill them, and I'm just getting eaten alive the whole time. And finally, she leaves. It's getting dark, and I'm just sitting there like, please, I've been hunting this bear. Was it that one, just 2 seasons, or was it 2 years that I'd been hunting that one?
Spring and fall.
So 2 seasons I'd been hunting this bear, waiting for him to come in.
No, that was spring. And we didn't see him till that year. No, we did see him the year before.
Yeah, it was.
You're right.
So it was the fall and then the spring
grief.
season. And so I'd been hunting him, like I said, I mean, hours and hours and hours
Yeah.
that I'd sat on the tree waiting for him to come in. So she leaves, goes up the hill, and I can still hear him. And he finally starts walking down, but there's too much in the way for me to get a good shot. He's a little bit too far away. So I just keep waiting, hoping that he's going to make it down. And he'd come a couple steps and then sit. And I'm just like, God, he's taunting me. And so I just sat there, like not breathing, holding my breath, being as quiet as I could, and waited for him to just creep down. And he stood up and like swatted a tree. And I was like, okay, I can tell like this is as close as he's going to get. And he landed. I took my chance on the shot. And sure enough, right as his feet hit the ground, he turned to leave. So my shot ended up going from, it would have been like his left shoulder to like right under his stomach as he turned to walk away. And so I kind of got his stomach. And he ran off and into the trees about 75 yards. He didn't go very far. And I waited and waited in the tree. But I didn't want to wait too long because we know that there's a lot of other animals, and there was another bear. I knew that the female was there somewhere, not very far up the hill. So I didn't want to go out completely in the dark, and we have to go through this big old meadow of or field of willows, and they're tall willows. So I came down, got my headlamp out, and just booked it out. And the way that I had to go, I was going to kind of come past him. And when you get an animal, if you get too close to them and spook them, they might take off running, and you're going to have a hell of a time finding them. So I was trying to be so quiet and careful, and I got out, and I got back to the truck, and I called Dad, and I pretended I lost the keys. I didn't tell him I got the bear. So I was just teasing him.
You told me you locked the keys in the truck.
In Grandpa's truck.
Yep.
So he was panicking, like, God damn it, I'm gonna have to come get you. I started laughing. I was like, no, I got him. Like, we're gonna have to come back in the morning. So we let him do his thing that night. We came back with the dogs in the morning, and he was pretty much exactly
where she thought he would be.
Yep.
And our dogs, they're really good at keeping things away from us. They're not really good at sniffing out where the deceased bear is.
No. We were on it and had been skinning it for about an hour before the dogs realized that it was a bear.
Oh, shoot.
We rolled them over and they saw its face, and then they started attacking it. And we're like, it's a little too late now, guys.
But no, that was cool. Then she packed it the entire way out. Got some great pictures, a few videos of you, I think, on that. Pretty damn cool. Speaking of, one, she was talking about knowing the male and the female. That's another advantage to bow hunting, because you can tell. A lot of times you can just tell because of the size, and the head's this big, the ears look really small, they're squatty, whatever. But the males also, you can, as they're walking broadside to you, you can tell it's a male because they're a little tuft of hair on their belly where the penile sheath is. I mean, you can confirm without question, okay, that is a boar. And I got nothing against anybody that isn't selective, but we choose to be very selective, not going to shoot a female.
Same with elk and deer. You don't shoot them young.
Yeah. Don't shoot the little ones, and, figure out which one you like. But the swizzle stick, that's from a bear wiener. We have a whole collection of these. I stirred Riley's hot cocoa one day with it.
We've played this trick on a lot of people, but never on us because we were all new about it. And so Riley was sitting there waiting for his hot cocoa, and he loved hot cocoa. That was his favorite thing. So yeah, Dad made him a cup of hot cocoa and walked out there.
Spinning it, let him drink a couple sips and get in the middle of another one and told him what it was.
Well, and then went back and stirred it again. And Riley was, out of all of us, like, we can be at the cabin for 4 days and not shower, and we're dirty, and it is what it is. We're out there hunting and working. Who cares? And Riley was not like that at all. Like, Riley didn't like to be dirty. Riley was always making sure his nails were nice and his eyebrows looked good and whatever. So
he loved getting dirty, but he just wouldn't stay
dirty. Yeah. So he's not as fond of all this. Yeah. So it was extra funny for him to realize what Dad was doing and
Yep.
gag on his hot cocoa.
You got pictures of him. He was bow hunting with me one fall, right around Labor Day, and had a really gorgeous bear. One of the prettiest bears I've got pictures of. And he fell asleep in the tree stand. Thank God I made him put a harness on. Royce and I don't. We should, but we don't use harnesses. Got them, but just don't use them. Thank goodness I made him clip in. As I got pictures of him hanging out of the tree. And he was with Royce one day hunting it. He had more fun throwing stuff and feeding the chipmunks and making noise. He was never going to get one. And we do tandem tree stands a lot of times, just so, one video and
It never works.
It never works out that way. But no, he was funny. And then he's like, "No, I'm not going to go today. I'm done." And that day, again, on the trail cam, it's like, dude, he was in at 7, 10 after 7. Today was the day you should have gone. But
Let's see. I've got that picture. I
That's
just
fun.
pulled it up a couple weeks ago.
here's another. While you're pulling that up, I got to show the other thing that we do as a family. Oh, we should probably share a picture of this too. Just don't break it, Jim.
Here was the black bear Dad was talking about getting. Let's see if we can do this one at a time. That was the one he got with Riley.
Yes.
I don't remember what year that was. Let's see if it'll focus. It's kind of glaring.
We'll have to.
I can upload them somehow, just not
And on
from
Facebook,
here.
I'm not sure if my bear folder is private or not. I'll have to check. If you go on Facebook and look through my photos, there's a bunch of cool pictures there. But here's my pride and joy. And I don't know, Royce and I were trying to figure out how old she was when we collected this.
This is the year that you got the big black bear. So this is 2007 or 2008. This is 19 or 20 years old that we've been carrying around a log full of bear shit.
This is grizzly poop. And I had some more that I have. I've sprayed clear urethane over it to preserve it. We just collect the weirdest shit. Yeah, literally.
Dang it, where is it? I know I saved it.
Doesn't everybody have a big pile of bear poop in their house? And then this is a skull from one of mine. We got to find Royce's. I can't remember if it's with her hide or not, but hers is a monster.
That's a big skull too.
This is a big one, but hers is
Mine, yeah.
fantastic.
August, September.
Got another fun bear story. The only one my dad ever got. He was never too excited about going and just definitely not bow hunting. But the bear just never did excite him all that much. He was more the elk and the deer. And we're up the Grovant one day and have this place that we'd go just park, wait, early in the morning, glass the hell out of things, and you find one, then you can go pursue it. And indeed, a bear does poop in the woods. But we're sitting there, and it had just been light for, light enough where you could actually see for probably 10, 15 minutes. And Mom goes, "That's the biggest damn porcupine I've ever seen." She's looking through her binoculars and sees something up on the hillside. And Dad's like, "Where?" It's like right up here in front of us, and she's trying to give directions, and I'm in the back seat. It's comical as hell listening to him. And she's like, "Well, look at it. It waddles like a porcupine." And Dad gets his binoculars up, finally sees it, and goes, "Hell, Lorraine, that's a damn black bear." And he ended up getting that one, but it was up by a Goosewing Ranch. And evidently it had been there causing some trouble because it had spray paint all along the side of its face. So, but that's the only bear Dad got. No, Dad's burned up in the fire too.
I didn't have these prepared earlier. I'd show them better on the camera on this computer screen, but this is This is from when I sprayed myself with the bear spray all over. You can see how thick I gooped it up. And then, let's see. That was, yeah, just everywhere. You can see the bear spray hanging off my hip. I was fighting for my life. I haven't
stuff.
found the other two yet. I know they're close.
The other fun part about the adventure with her, my Duramax has been to battle chasing bears. How many times have I replaced the front end on that damn thing? At
Too
least
many.
3 or 4. Could never figure out. It's like, what in the hell is going on? I keep going through front ends on this thing. Well, when we go in, like I said, every spring we got to park at the highway. Sometimes you're lucky to even be able to get off the highway enough to leave and go do what we're doing. And then once the first mile or so, you can see that, all right, nobody's been in there, and let's give it a shot. We'll go as far as we can and bust in snow drifts, and we'll go until I feel like, all right, we're far enough. And she's like, you done, pussy? It's like, all right, fire the truck back up and away we go. And sure enough, we'll get another 3/4 of a mile up the road, but then we're stuck, good and stuck. It's like, well, leave it here. But we have learned over the years, the truck's warm enough and hot enough. Days get pretty warm. By the time we get in, take care of our business, and come out, most of the snow's melted.
We're able to
shovel just a little bit and get out of there. But we've been stuck and high centered, and that one time around that corner where the ass end went off, that was a rough one. Wasn't sure we were going to get out of that one.
And we'd just taken all the tools out of the truck.
Yeah. Derek, sir. But yeah, her place is fun. It's always an adventure getting back in there. We've seen the coolest stuff.
I just had these pulled up.
The bear pictures?
The video of Riley.
Oh, with the chipmunks?
Yeah.
What else?
Here's some good ones. Here's a comparison. So this is a 50-gallon drum. And there's the bear. Twice as big as the barrel.
And that's the one she did get.
Yep. Man, I can get it to focus on the other camera, but not on this one. We hang up some nasty stuff too.
Oh, there's another fun story. Yeah. Where she's at now, it's got to be livestock and livestock parts only. And we mix up some pretty good concoctions of rotten meat. And I gave her a bucket with a broken lid.
Not thinking that it was that big of a deal,
And
hopefully.
She went to
You
jump a
set me
little
up.
creek that we have to jump through. And
No, I didn't even make it 2 steps away from the truck. And there was enough bouncing and liquid in this freaking container. It's just sloshing. I take 2 steps away from the truck. All the liquid comes sloshing up on the back of my head and down my back. At that point, same thing as the bear spray. I'm already stinky and gross and disgusting and covered in bear bait. And we're on our way in, like, let's just get it done. So we kept hiking, kept walking into our spot. And by the time we got in there, I had actual chemical burns from the mixture of nasty meat that had been rotting in the sun. And we had no running water. We had nowhere to shower, nowhere to rinse off. So I had to go to our neighbor's house and their beautiful, clean, nice cabin and ask them to please shower. She had me strip outside and I went in and shower. Oh my God, it was so gross. And by the time I came out, she had all my clothes in a bag and like up the hill. She was like, it was too much to even be near the house.
Well, our friend Tiny was bringing us buckets of, he had a friend who's a butcher and they were slaughtering pigs. So he would bring us stuff from there. And yeah, you let it get good and ripe. And there's evidently something pretty acidic or something pretty toxic in there. But it burned her skin and Oh, nasty. I get to do that tomorrow or the next day. Got my buckets out, and it's on my list of things to do is fill my buckets up and let them get good and stinky. It's more for the attractant, they'll smell it from far away and be able to
Especially in the
come in.
winter because it freezes overnight.
Yeah, we've got fun. We poked a hole in the bottom of the
I have that
barrel.
picture right
Oh,
here
do
too.
you?
Mhm.
And
Do you want me to grab it or
as
no?
the liquid is dripping out, it actually froze overnight. And yeah, hell, we'll go in there and get set up, and then a snowstorm in May will come in, and hell, there's another foot of snow covering everything up. It's fun though. It is just a kick in the ass. A lot of work. People that don't do it think it's
Not fair.
It's not fair, and that's too easy. I will find out Friday, Taylor. I'm gonna take a trip
he's
that way and
Oh, those sleds.
and see. Roice's, I think maybe I'll be able to sled in.
Is he talking about that sled, or is he talking about the sleds in his garage that you're supposed to go pick up?
That's a good question.
So this is the bear I got. Let's see. Come back here. That's the one that I got. And then I've got yours pulled up, both pictures of it. Oh shit. Oh, I just lost my place.
You had
Dang
it.
it. I did. And then here's the one Dad got. Let's see. Get it in frame. And then another picture of what really got me into hunting was the three of us in comparison to the size of that bear. You can see just the shock on all of our faces.
Riley.
Trying to lift the
It
head.
seriously was all he could do to lift it up.
Yep.
He had so much fun.
And then the one that climbed up my tree, where that purple is, that's where my feet are. That's my glove. I dropped the other one, so he was chewing on it. And then he came up, and you can see that yellow strap is what's around my tree stand, and he's yanking on it. And then these two little cubs that we would play with, and they could both fit in the barrel. They were so small, and they were so cute. And I'd throw them. We had a syrup bottle in there that they were gnawing on. I'd throw them food, and they would just hang out with me for hours. And then Boo Boo, the one we talked about at the very beginning, that we just loved that bear, this one, he came in and scared them off. They ran up the hill. I don't know if those cubs survived that year alone, but it was sure a lot of fun.
It is. It's a great way to spend the spring,
Fall.
and fall. We generally quit right around Labor Day, and I can't figure out why. I know it gets colder, and she does not like when it's cold. So I know that's a reason and the other reason is it starts getting dark really early. And it does get cooler. And I've noticed, at least where we're at in the fall, once you hit September, your quantity of bears coming in goes way down. But the quality of bears that you're getting in, the big bears are coming in. And I think that's probably why the little ones aren't there, is the bigger ones are in and they're keeping the little ones, get out of here.
Yeah.
They're all fattening up for hibernation. But yes, in the fall, the pictures we've got on trail cams and that I've actually sat in the stand and watched, the bears in the fall, especially at herd bait, are definitely the bigger bears.
Yeah, and it's always like if we could hunt a few more weeks, there's a good chance we'd get a much bigger bear. But one, it's cold. Two, it gets dark so early that you get in, you're only hunting for maybe an hour, and it's so hard to get the bears to come in.
And then another
At that
factor
point.
there is deer season opens up September 15th. That's all fine and dandy. That's not going to bother where we're at or anything. I don't want anybody knowing where the hell we're at. So I think that's another
Where
reason.
we park a good, I don't know, quarter mile in the wrong direction at least, so that you you've got no idea where we're walking. We're
Yeah.
pretty sneaky about it because, well, the one spot we had, some guy stole our trail cams. We had to chase him down to their site, their campsite, get the game and fish to come out. There was a whole deal with that. Yeah, so we try to make sure no one has any idea where we are and
Yeah.
stay secretive, especially because we're getting the good ones. Keep
You
that
gotta,
to
gotta
ourselves.
keep them honey holes to yourself every now and then. What other cool stuff back there? There's years of doing this, and even before Royce started hunting, she'd help me pack baits in and, do stuff like that. Riley sometimes would, and most of the time would not, especially if you're at the cabin. And now he'd go play Legend of Zelda or whatever else we had, Mario, and
Mhm.
no, I'm good. He loved going out and loved shooting and doing all that stuff.
He didn't care to hunt really though. Like he went out if it was we drove up, he saw a deer and he could go get it, cool. But if you had to put in the work and scout and it took a couple days, he's like, no. Like he put in a weekend of effort and that was enough for him. Which
had August 21 not happened, I'm pretty sure that fire would have ignited and the bug would have hit him. He loved chasing the deer, and he had bear spray go off on him too.
Yeah. Seems to be a reoccurring theme. I just had pepper spray go off in my car a month ago. You had pepper spray go down
about a year and a half ago, and just in the other room.
That's actually, most people can never say that in their life, and we've had it happen to us 6 or 7 times.
Riley burned his butt.
Sat on it,
and it went off, and actually chemical burned his butt. But no, it's fun. And it is. It's a lot of work, a lot of time. And once we have one hitting, it's harder now with the 3, but Roice is the one we pay most attention to and make sure we're manning. Once they start hitting, if it's not every day, depending on if you're going to hunt it soon or not, at least don't go past 3 days. You're in there hiking in, and we take the dogs with us every time we go in.
Because we always smell like dogs.
They're always with us.
Vehicles are always full of dog hair, so it's impossible to get rid of that scent.
Yep.
We don't use scent wash or anything for our hunting clothes. Same reason. We're always going to smell like dog anyway, so.
And it doesn't seem to bother them too bad, so.
Nope.
It's good. Sitting, some of the things I've seen in the tree stand, and I got pictures of that owl that landed straight across from me, and mountain lions walking by, and something else that walked by. Don't want to throw that out there, but and elk and deer and moose. And I've actually got on, which trail cam was it? Can't remember where I had that one set up. I think it's on my north bait. The deer that they have, the doe that they have collared, that they track for the migration thing. I saw something in the paper that I read about, and then there's something online, and about the same time that they're saying where that deer was, I've got pictures on my trail cam of a collared deer. So I don't know if it's that exact deer, but man, time wise, it's like it puts that deer exactly where I'm at. So like, that's pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
I got bull elk and bull moose and cow moose and cow elk and fawns and just all kinds of cool pictures. And then the fox and fox, skunk, coyote, wolves,
mountain
lion,
moose, elk, deer,
the pine martens everywhere,
the vultures.
It's a playground.
Yep.
It's fun. And before I got all round and doing whatever I'm doing now, it was a great way for me to keep in shape. And I was always in pretty good shape. I told Roice yesterday, if I can't snowmobile in, this is going to kill me.
I didn't go all last year, but the year before I hiked in with the 3-year-old on my back.
Yep. Yeah, the only time you even got a chance to go out last year is when we went and set the one up. The only time you got to go ride on the
The
snowmobile too.
Yep.
Yep. So I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I'll get the buckets put together here pretty quick. And I've got one that's actually been ready since last fall that I just didn't.
Yeah, I just opened the garage and oh my God, it smells. Hi, Jeff. I guess I don't have to get louder when I read. They can hear me just the same.
Oh, I love it. Let's see. I got a peek. It is. I couldn't tell, but
Oh, yeah.
couldn't tell if that was thumbs up or
Middle finger.
that's awesome. But no, I'm excited. We'll get the buckets all put together. I got to get a good one put together for her spot and a couple for mine,
Yep.
and let
Couple
them
weeks.
get good and right. And then I'll get at least one set up on the 8th.
Probably
Wait, when's the 8th?
I don't know.
Is it a Wednesday?
What's today? 25 and 7 is 31.
Well, I was going to look on my phone, but I can't look on my phone. Just look on your phone.
Well, I close out of my stuff if I do that. The 1st is Wednesday. The 8th is Wednesday. Yes.
Oh man, I can't do it the 8th unless I do it early in the morning and then do my podcast from
You
down
could do
there
that or just come back.
or come back here.
Mhm.
So we'll see. The 8th, I might do my podcast mobily.
Yeah. Do it from the. No, don't do that.
No.
Too many clues.
No.
But on a completely different note, so the Wicked Wisdom Wednesday logo, some of the swag we got on the website. This is one of the shirts. It's super soft and comfortable. Wore mine today. I've been wearing it a lot lately. And there's something that's, Dad had said that I got the flag stuff fixed, and I have not done that yet. I've done it in a couple places, but it's going to take me a minute to get it fixed on all the website stuff. So the flag stuff is not fixed yet.
So the flags on the back of the
The shirts and the
shirts and
hats.
stuff has not been fixed yet. So
Nope. Got to
I
update that this
misspoke
week.
the other day.
Which I said I was going to do 2 weeks ago, but this week, this week I'm going to do it. Yes, sir. We were just
Definitely.
talking about this one, and I think Dad's got.
Well, this is what I was tempting and threatening the kids.
Back when he was in shape,
that
this
I-
was my graduation today. He was going to go out with this one.
We've actually got
Wait,
pictures
Get it closer so you can see it.
of me and Roice in tree stands together. And I was going to full on Rambo. I'm still not done yet.
Yeah, no, you're done with that thought.
But Roice and Riley both told me the hell you are. Riley just shook
We
his
had a-
head and he said, "You're an idiot."
Friend make that and a couple knives for us. It's incredible, beautiful.
Ben made that for me. I can't remember how the conversation started. It's like, Ben, I got something I need you to make for me. So he made that, and then he's made Roice, Riley, and I each.
He made me
each a
two 'cause I lost
He
the one.
Lost the one.
When we were bear hunting up north, and then I was scared to death because the bears up there are not the same as the bears where we hunt.
The bears up north have longer claws and a really shitty temperament.
Yeah, so I had hair on my. I know we were deer hunting, I think, but I just felt like I was watched the whole time. That one was scary. I couldn't wait to get out of there. And at some point in my rush off the mountain, I lost my knife.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
no. The answer is no. He's not doing it. He's not going to
Okay.
jump.
And here's the reason that I decided that I needed that, because that cinnamon bear that I got on her graduation day,
Was close enough. He
5
could have
yards
jumped
for
on.
crying out loud. That's the thought. I think I said that. It was so close I could have jumped on it. Huh. Maybe I should get a spear made and I'll jump on one. And then I sat in the stand and had that big one come in. It's like, oh, hell no. I don't think I'm ready for that. But I don't know. I've got it. So
Yeah, well, hopefully this year we both get out.
and
Actually,
there's
get a chance to hunt.
generally nobody here to tell me no. And I've done dumber shit. So
Kidnap Pasley for a weekend and bring her to the bait just to get a feel for it.
absolutely. Oh, and huckleberries.
Oh, yeah.
the huckleberries in the fall. My goodness.
Sean. Oh, I didn't realize that was you who said that. Yep. I thought that was so Matt. How are you, Sean? I was thinking about you the other day. I was talking about you the other day, thinking about we went up to South Dakota to go see my boyfriend's family, and we were talking about how cold it was, and it made me think of you working
Him working up there
in North Dakota. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we have more bear stories, but I kind of run out of the ones I was thinking of. And I shared my bear poop, so I'm set.
Well, you got more comments, and if I could get the pictures to pull up nicer, I should have sent them to your. If you had Facebook open on this computer, I could have downloaded them and we could have live shared them so you could see them, because they're really hard to see on the reflection of the phone. So I'll have to remember that next time.
Okay. The medical stuff is going good. Blood pressure actually is it's kind of fun to monitor it every day, and it has dropped. The bloating and water retention from the TRT is driving me crazy. So after this, we're going to actually go to Planet Fitness, and I'm going to walk about 5 miles. Oh, right on. I'm glad you appreciated them, Taylor. We've got more. We've got some that I just can't share on here because I can't give away too much. I'll share those with you in person. But no, it is so fun and such an adventure and such a workout. My goodness. And yeah, Roy, back when life was normal, we'd go down to the cabin, and every year there's things to do, and go down there and work. And around 4:30, 5 o'clock, all right, button things up, wrap up the cords, and head into the hills. And even during the summer months, you're working, you're doing this, and then nope, let's go cut firewood, go cut some poles, got fence to build, just constantly in the woods and doing stuff. Knock on wood, that's my intentions. The weeks that Roice is here, I'm going to stay here so we can do this and do things that we need to do together. But then the weeks that she's not, I'll probably leave. I need to test drive doing the podcast at the cabin, see if that's even feasible. If it is, I'll start doing the podcast from down there. I won't be able to do this, though. I won't be able to see Facebook.
Well, you can still see the comments there, but yeah, you won't have that computer.
Okay, I'll be able to see the Facebook comments. I just won't be able to see that. Okay, so we can still, as long as I can get it working down there. Yeah. But I need to get down there and get busy. I'd like to start sharing some of that stuff too. But get my butt down there and get to work on the cabin, and then go play.
Oh, wait, there's one more. And then I'll come back. Now you can see that Taylor's just over here being a jerk.
You know, there might be some truth to that.
Let's see if I come around anymore.
But yeah,
That's awesome that the rancher found your knife too, Matt.
no kidding. I shared Monday. What the hell was I just going to say? Got sidetracked with Matt's knife.
Taylor, mean medicine.
Good Lord.
Man, I need glasses too. Jesus.
Can
you see?
Well, I had something important to say that I shared on the coffee with the kid.
Know. I haven't been back to the cabin in so long. I don't know, Matt.
What was the question?
Can you see the tower of my old place from your cabin?
I will have to look when I'm down there. I know I can see a lot of houses that before the fire we never could see, which is such a shame. But I do have sagebrush, Matt, on the property again. Last fall, I noticed that we had some sagebrush. Roice was so happy that it was all gone. It's like, oh, hell no, I need some back. So happy to see we've got sagebrush growing again.
Marlene, me and Dad completely disagree, so we're not going to get into that topic right now. We already argued about it earlier today.
I'll bet my blood pressure went up today. Yeah. I think you have a pretty good idea where I stand on that.
Yeah, and if you looked at my page, you'd probably know where I stand on that. We have very different views. Yeah, but
Speaking of that, just gonna throw this out there real quick. One of the 13 Gold Star families, their son is being deployed. So for what it's worth,
their other son is now
they're-
going, yeah,
they
boots on the
lost-
ground, and
they lost their son, and their other son is with the 82nd Airborne. So thoughts and good wishes and stuff for his well-being. I can't even imagine that anxiety. But I know I've been thinking about it a lot and shared it with Roice as soon as I found out. And yeah, just nothing but good thoughts for that family. Hopefully this all wraps up rather quickly.
yes. Well, hopefully, if you're out here, who knows where I'll be, but maybe we'll run into you out there. See you on a hike or something.
That's why I was so excited for the sage to grow, Matt, is the smell. Chris Ledoux wasn't wrong when he sang about it. There is something about that. Roice and I noticed this one time too in the spring. The whole rebirth of everything once spring comes, but when you can smell the dirt and the pine trees, and it is just such I don't even know how to describe that. It is such a just peaceful, wonderful, recharging, rejuvenating. It's like, man, the sun's just warm enough.
I have a present for you for your birthday.
Absolutely wonderful. And I'm saying it's warm. It's 40 degrees, but the sun's beating down, and you can smell the dirt and the pine trees. And no, it's awesome. I'm working on that, and it's getting a little bit better, but I think most of that is because I go so long without sleeping that then when it catches up to me, I'm just out. So trying to dial that into. What were you trying to show me?
I don't know. I lost it. I was going to look at something and then I got distracted.
Good grief, look at all them things you got open.
It's like my brain all the time. Yeah, what were we talking about before that? The signal, Miss Summer, something about the summer and the sagebrush. I don't remember.
He loves the smell of sagebrush. And then I was talking about the smelling the dirt and the pine trees.
Oh, yeah. I said I had a birthday present for you that you're going to like.
The dirt smelling candle?
Yep.
Is it?
Yeah. It is the most dirt smelling thing. It is incredible how much it smells like dirt.
I'll take it.
Yep.
What other funny stories you got?
I mean, there are so many. I wish that I would have pulled the pictures up on here because I have so many bear pictures and videos.
Can you go to Facebook real quick? Just see if my bear album is open. Because this would be fun if you had time just to go scroll.
Yeah, it's
through
open to
some
anyone
pictures.
that you're friends with. What do you mean?
Is it open? It's not private?
Where are your albums?
You got to go to albums.
Right here. It's different.
And it would be Bear Fun.
Outdoor fun, bear, moose.
No, it'll definitely be just bears. Right there.
Bear fun. Yeah, friends. It's not public, but there's lots of pictures that people can go look at.
Okay.
Stuff that we're hanging. Oh, here's a cool one. Their tracks. Let's see. I don't know. The glare is so bad. I doubt it'll
That'll be hard to
focus.
see being white.
Yeah. You can on TikTok though. Massive feet. Yeah.
Yeah, but if you get a chance to go to my Facebook page and check out my Bear Fun album,
This is my
there's a lot of fun pictures in there.
favorite of the one of my bear because you can, I mean, look at my head compared to that thing's head. It is just insane. It really shows you just how freaking big that thing is. I mean, its head is as big as half my body. It's so crazy.
And here's the fun thing about that. When we say we have big bears back there, that's a big bear,
It's not even the biggest bear.
but we've got bigger.
Yeah.
Like it's just so
Are you
fun.
sure that's not my skull?
I'm positive that's not your skull. See how white yours is?
Yeah,
And your teeth are good and your tooth isn't broken?
that's true.
The one that I never got the hide back for
That's
is this
the
one.
one.
This is the one with when you
Where's
guys
mine?
were little. It's got to be in with your bear. Or it's in a plastic container in storage, wrapped up in a towel and a blanket.
I wanted to see if we could find the one that's chewing on the bucket real quick too. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. That's 2 tags.
Yeah.
It'll be way down
Way
towards
back.
the bottom. And that was 7 feet in the air.
Here's. Let's see. Here's one climbing up or sniffing Dad's stuff. You can see the ladder. He's sniffing up at the tree stand. I just want to find that other one, and then we can wrap this up and call it a night. That's still the wrong bait site, so it had to be further back. Nope. Oh, where's
There.
your print? Should've brought
It's
that in.
upstairs. It broke.
It broke again?
Well, it's still in the pieces.
Mm.
I just haven't put it back together. You passed the bear.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. Whichever direction you were going, I just saw him. Don't mind us.
I don't think
The
so.
skunk. Oh, maybe you didn't.
Mm-mm. No.
Huh.
No, well, and I haven't got my phone unlocked yet, or my old computer. Here's a picture of it scratching using the ladder. You can't see it on Facebook, dang it. It's using the ladder to scratch its back. But yeah, my computer has all of the first 2 or 3 years of pictures and videos on it, but I can't remember
Because
my
I don't
login.
have all the little ones that you had. All the
Yeah. So I got to get all the pictures and videos together. We had a bear encounter, 400-pound, that was ear tagged. Yep, because of trouble. Yeah. Naughty bears.
Yep.
And we just move them from Cody to Jackson and Jackson to Cody.
Yep. Unfortunately, up north where they keep dumping them off is where I bow hunt. Like, stop it. Where I've had a couple of encounters, and I shared that, I think, last podcast, but quit. Don't bring them nasty, mean suckers over here. Anyway, that was good. We might have to do this again. I'm sure after we get done, we'll think of 1,000 other fun bear stories.
You know what I could do? Well, there's so many. You just keep talking.
I think we're going to call it a wrap. I'm going to actually go do 5 miles on the treadmill and try to not be so bloated with all this water I keep drinking. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Hope you guys have a wonderful week, and we will see you soon.
Thank you for tuning in and following my Wicked Wisdom Wednesday adventures. You never know where the path or topics are going to take us. Please like, share, follow, and subscribe. You can find me on social media at the links listed at the end of this video. You can also find me on Spotify and YouTube at Wicked Wisdom Wednesday. Join me Monday mornings for Coffee with the Kid, and randomly on weekends for Wicked Wisdom's Weekend Adventures. I do appreciate all your support. Thanks again, Jim.